Welcome back to the Peace Day Global Broadcast 2012 headquarters in the Pacific Northwest at the All Things Peace studio, where we do the Peace Day TV broadcast from. We would like to ask our great friend Melvin from Pathways to Peace and Culture of Peace Initiative, who was at the UN building on the International Day of Peace, to give us a quick report on some of the activities that took place on September 21st, the International Day of Peace.
Else at Peace Day TV. Being at the United Nations and listening to the people that spoke was just awe-inspiring. Listening to some of the words from Ban Ki-moon, who said things like, "The world is overarmed and peace is underfunded." It just hits home. Listening to Michael Douglas admitting that the world is in rough shape. They were not trying to sell people on false hopes. Jane Goodall admitted that the environment and the way we treat animals and other life forms is not good. Elie Wiesel spoke about human rights and some of the abuses that go on around the planet. And yet each of them was able to come back to sort of use the really dire situation that humanity is in, to start with that situation and come back and give a sense of hope. A lot of the observances at the UN on the International Day of Peace are actually geared towards children. They have high school and college-age children coming from Mexico, Canada, the United States. They have children from Liberia and South Sudan teleconferencing in, and a lot of the messages were geared towards the youth, were geared towards explaining to them that they can start working now to build a culture of peace across the planet, a culture based on cooperation instead of a culture based on competition. And the fact that the UN existed or exists, the fact that all these spokespeople were there, the fact that the International Day of Peace exists and is observed by so many people, hundreds of millions of people and thousands of organizations from all walks of life, the fact that this happens should give hope. It's a foundation, it's a basis upon which all of humanity can work together and build to change things that are going on this planet. Forrest Whitaker talked about education. He said, look, we're not just pointing a finger to the youth here in this audience and say, okay, humanity screwed up, or we screwed up and you guys got to fix it. We're saying we have developed programs and frameworks through which future generations can work together to create a culture of peace on this planet. Thank you.
Thank you, Melvin. And we will be playing the Peace Bell ringing ceremony coming up, the replay of it. Although I wasn't at the United Nations, it was an inspiring program that was covered on Peace Day TV with the bell ringing ceremony, the youth observance, and some of the speakers that Melvin just mentioned. And we'll be doing the same thing again next year and the year after that, documenting and sharing the activities of the International Day of Peace. And remember, even though there's only one Peace Day, we can make peace every day of the year. There is a website that can help you with that, can connect you with other peace builders. If you're not sure where to start, can help you find events that are taking place in your local area. And that website is cultureofpeace.org. Come on by cultureofpeace.org and share your peace. Melvin, we're going to sign out now and go check out the bell ringing ceremony.
Sounds good to me. Thank you very much.
Until next time.